We are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Dmitry Bivol. He's 183 centimeters tall, which matches his reach, which is also 183 centimeters. And the man he'll be facing, it's the incomparable Roy Jones Jr., 78.9 kilos, 180 centimeters tall, with a reach of 188.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
It's Dmitry Bivol. Here comes the man that beat down Canelo in Las Vegas, the fighter of the year in 2022. It's the light heavyweight champ. Watch out for that long, stiff jab. Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest of all time. Pensacola's finest, an undisputed champion at 4 different weight classes.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, fighting out of Kyrgyzstan by way of Russia, presenting the acclaimed light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Dmitry Bivol. Fighting out of the blue corner from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
All what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Hit him with a left jab. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Nice defense on that hook. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They're elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Beautiful counter punch. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. There's a counter shot. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. And he scores with the counter. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Here we go, it's round 2. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Nice counter shot. A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You don't want to trade shots. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Bivol in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
You'd like to see more jabs. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Bivol in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
On to the fourth we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
He missed with the jab. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. This is a high-octane battle. Swing and a miss with that hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
There's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good counter punch. Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
That counter punch caught him clean. Is he going to punch himself out, though? That hook was thrown with some bad intention. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's a counter shot. He misses with that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Bivol in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
On to the 6th round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
about that time counter shot? No rest for the weary. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when he catches you.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? A perfect counter lands. That jab misses. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Here we go, it's round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
A big whiff with the right hook. He threw a punch and just got countered. He scores with the counter. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And we enter the 8th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Nice counter shot. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Both men step back for just a moment. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. The perfect counter lands. Nice job landing that left counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. Good defense stopping that jab. That hook was off target. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing.
Whoa, Johnny! Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. How is this fight still continuing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
In the early rounds of the fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Halfway through the round. Did you see that? And now Dmitry Bivol is dazed. That was the moment.
Few days now needs to steady the pace.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. We've never seen Bivol hurt quite like this. What's going to happen? How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What you do, you step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
His jab just got blocked. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
This is the 10th. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Missing with the left hook. As As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Beautiful counter punch. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
His stamina is off the charts. Holding nothing back here in the round. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
There's the bell to start round 11. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Oh, Bivol now, stumbling and bumbling. Is he going to go down? Disaster averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Bivol in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Who thought we would have made it to 12? How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. A straight right just misses. stamina is off the charts. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics, they know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Lucky that hook didn't score. So much firepower here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. So it's a majority decision. One judge saw it a draw. The other two scored it for the same fight.
It's been a good one. Good entertainment. Everybody benefited. Those fighters there will learn so much from this fight. The fans cannot argue with that decision. I'm sure you won't, Todd, because I'm not. I'm happy with what I've just seen.